वृंदावन वासिया तो वैष्णव वृंदावन प्रथम वंदना करी सवार चरा नीलाचल वासिया तो महाप्रभु रगा नीलाचल सवार चरा दिव्यवासिया तम महाप्रभुर भक्त सवार चरण वंदो हैयानुरक्त महाप्रभुर भक्त यत गौड़ देशे स्थिति सवार चरण वंदो करिया प्रणति देश देश वैसे गौरांगे रागान देश ये देश वैसे बाहु करी वंदो सवार चरा हया छेन हय बेना प्रभु दास सवार चरण वंदो दत्ते करी घास ब्रह्मांड तारिते शक्ति धरे जने जने ये वेद पुराणे गुण गाय एवा सुने महाप्रभुर गण सब पतित पावा वंदना कोरिते मुई कत शक्ति धरी तमो बुद्धि दोष मुई दम्भ मात्र करी तथापि मुक्तेरा भाग्य मने उल्लास दोष क्षमी मो आदमे कर निज सर्ववांछा सिद्धि हया रमा बंध छूटे जगत दुर्लभ हया प्रेम धन लूटे मने रवासना पूर्ण अचिरात हया देवकी नंदन दास ये लोभे कया वनवासिया तो वैष्णवे वनवासिया तो प्रथमे वंदना करी सवार चरा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे Nittai Gauranga Jaya Nittai Gauranga. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Hari Bol. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Hari Bol. I can read the translation. You can read it. Take this.
First of all, I offer glorification to the feet of all of the Vaishnavas of Vrindavana.
Praising of all of Mahaprabhu's Neelachal associates, I prostrate at their feet.
I pray for loving attachment to the lotus feet of all of Mahaprabhu's Navadipa Bhaktas.
I offer pranamas at the feet of all of Mahaprabhu's Gauda Desha Bengal devotees.
With upraised arms, I pray to the feet of all the Gauranga's Bhaktas in whichever country they may reside.
Holding a straw between my teeth, I submit at the feet of all the servants of Mahaprabhu that were or will be.
I have heard their glorification in the Vedas and Puranas, which proclaim that each one of each devotees has the Shakti to deliver an entire universe.
Hearing of their glory, I have come with great eagerness to surrender to Mahaprabhu's Bhaktas, who are all Patit Pavana for sinners like me.
What power do I have to glorify them? But out of my ignorance and unmitigating
Pride.
I do so anyway, thinking myself so qualified.
Even though I am dumb and unable to express their greatness, still my heart is joyful due to my great good fortune that the Vaishnavas have accepted as their own, and Sri Gurudev has given me Harinam, full of blissful pastime. Forgive the faults of this fallen soul and make me your servant.
Including freedom, they award the perfection of all desires, including freedom from death, and even that rarest treasures not found in the world, prema.
All of one's pure, heartfelt desires will be fulfilled without delay. Devaki Nandanadas, intensely eager for this, glorifies and prays to the Vaishnavas.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Harinam Sankirtan ki. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuvunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gaudodaya pushpavantau chitrau shamdau tamonudau Ajanulambita bhujau kanakavadhatau sankirtanai kapitarau kamalayatakshav Vishwambarau dvijavarau yugadharmapalo vande jagat priyakarau karunaavatarau Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So welcome all of you for this two-part seminar today and tomorrow on the topic of learning to see good in others and overcoming fault-finding propensity. That is why we sang this song just now. This song was sung by one Devaki Das. Can any of you guess who is this Devaki Das?
He was the Ravana who cursed, I think for Srinivas. He said that he's going to...
He is the Gopal Chapal who offended Srivas Thakur, due to which he got leprosy and he was lying under a tree. Even Nima Pandit couldn't forgive him at that time for his terrible offense. But later on, Srivas told him to go to another Vaishnava. I think when Purushottam Thakur, I think, one of them, he took from him initiation and then he became Devaki Das. So then he wrote this poem that, he's offering repeated obeisances. In Gaudiya Math, they sing this song every day. I heard this song. The whole idea is to remember the mistakes or the offenses you have committed knowingly and unknowingly to so many Vaishnavas and beg them forgiveness. So, all of you have been practicing for many years Krishna consciousness. So this topic of learning to see good in others and overcoming fault-finding is a very important topic in our sadhana bhakti. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes about Prajalpa, 5 things he writes. Useless talk, debate, useless talk, argumentation, he says, then he says debate, then he says fault-finding and blasphemy. These are all increasing degrees, he says. And one of the items that we should avoid is Prajalpa. Where does it come? In one of the verses. Atyahara Prayasascha Prajalpo Niyamagra. So Prajalpa includes also gossiping, rumor mongering, sweet talking on face, bad mouthing on back. All those things are included in Prajalpa also. So why we should not do Prajalpa? I will show you one verse from the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttamash Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo. Let us see this one verse. The second verse we will take it. Please repeat this verse. Parasvabhava karmani Yak prashansati nindati Sa ashu brashyate swarthat Asatyaviniveshataha. Very simple meaning. See what he says, Lord Krishna is telling in Uddhava Gita to Uddhava. Para swabhava karmani. Para means others. Swabhava means their nature. Somebody has an angry nature, somebody has soft nature. Karmani means their activities. Prashansati. Somebody praises it. Or nindati, criticizes it. What happens to that person? Sa ashu brashyate swarthat, he says. very quickly that person forgets the ultimate goal of life, he says. Brashyate means destroy. Swa Artha is the going back to Godhead. The going back to Godhead program is stopped. And then what happens to that person? Asati abhiniveshataha. He becomes completely absorbed in matter. He becomes completely stupid in matter, he says. So, how does this happen? That is, somebody is talking about somebody. This devotee is good, that devotee is bad. Commenting about others. Why does it bury a person in material energy? That is because they are talking about the dualities. Dualities means like Shita Ushna, Sukha Dukha, Mana Paman, Jai Parajai, Labha Alabha. These are dualities. So these dualities keep the jiva busy in this world always. You heard the story, once there were two landlords living next to each other. So one landlord was Krishna conscious, the next fellow was not. So one day a horse came to the house of the first landlord. The neighbor came and said, "Oh, good luck, you got a horse now." And this fellow said, "Ishwar ki icha, it's our Lord's will," he said. Then 1 week later the horse went away. So the neighbor came and said, "Oh, it's bad luck. That horse went away now. I'm sorry to hear that," he said. He said, "It's all Lord's will. The horse came on his own and he went away. What is there for me to lose? It's all Lord's will," he said. Then 1 week later the horse came with a mate, she-horse also. So both of them came. Then he said, "Oh, double good luck. Now you got two horses now, freely, free of cost without having to buy them." So he said, again, it's Lord's will. It seems Lord wants to give me 2 horses, let it be, he said. Then his son took the horse and went for a joy ride. But the horse galloped so fast, it overthrew the boy. Then he broke his leg. Then the neighbor came running and said, "Alas, alas, it's bad luck. Your son broke his leg. Unfortunate. I thought you got 2 horses, but then it made your son fracture his legs. Unfortunate," he said. He said, "It's all Lord's will," again he said. The next day the army people came for drafting the young people. So the neighbor's son was drafted. And he came coming to cry, "Alas, alas, my son, I have a bad luck now. Because I lost my son, he is going to army," he said. And then he told him, "Your son, it's good luck for your son because he got a fracture. He doesn't have to go to battle." And again this fellow said, "Sab Ishwar ki icha, so it's all Lord's will." So, in this story which I told you now, think about it. The devotee landlord always said, it's all happening by whose will? God's will. So I always remembered the Lord. Whatever comes, if something good comes in my life, thank you, my Lord, I don't deserve it. Something bad came in my life, my dear Lord, I think you want to purify me and teach me some good lesson through this. Let me learn some good lessons. Give me the inner strength to face it. Let me not buckle in my life and give up your devotional service. Let me not forget you. Let these adversities in my life not take me far away from you. May these adversities bring me closer to you. If you are pious, you will come closer. Like there was one kid playing in a garden with a teddy bear. Then his father was calling, "Beta, come, let's play together." He was not coming. He said, no, I want to play with the teddy bear. But suddenly a big bumblebee came. The boy immediately threw away the teddy bear and ran to the father. He went to the lap of the father. So, because the child is connected to mother and father, as soon as there is a danger, he will run to the parents. It's very obvious. Similarly, a devotee is connected to the Lord. As soon as there is any danger, like Gajendra had a danger, Uttara had a danger, they all ran to the lotus feet of Krishna. If one does not have a shelter of the Supreme Lord, then they may try to figure out themselves and sort out themselves, or they will run away from the Lord also many times. Some people say, "Oh God, where? You have no eyes, you have no hands, what are you doing?" People blame God like that sometimes. And they go away from God. Some people say, "I was chanting Hare Krishna, there was a financial crunch in the family, I gave up chanting," they say. That means they go on the opposite side. So, a devotee of the Lord rushes to the lotus feet of the Lord, even in adversities. So, now that is the ideal thing to happen. But what happened? The next landlord, the second landlord, what was he talking about? Was he talking about the Lord? What was he talking about? Two things are only there in life, correct? No, either good luck or whole life you keep commenting and you die one day, you don't know where are you going. Therefore, whether good luck or bad luck, it is auspicious if it brings you to Krishna's lotus feet. Let me tell you an example. In Pune, somebody called me and said, Swamiji, can you please come to the graveyard? A very big man has passed away and we are going to have this, cremation, everything. I said, I'll send a couple of devotees from the temple who will come and do kirtan. I said, they will do it. But they insisted, no, they have requested only you to come, the family people. I said, no, I'm very busy, I have other programs to go, I said. He said, no, and the 300 people are coming, so they want 300 Bhagavad Gitas if you come, they said. And you can also give a half an hour talk also, before taking the body for cremation. I said, immediately I'm coming. I'm ready. 300 Gitas are going, why will you not go? I can come for 3 hours also, no problem. Immediately I went. So I went to the house, I gave out the Bhagavad Gitas, I did kirtan, I gave off Gita to everybody. And then 2 more hours the body was there and they took for cremation. Although I didn't go for cremation, I could do this program and give the Bhagavad Gitas and all. So now going for a cremation function like that, it's an inauspicious place it is. Is it not true? But that can be auspicious if there is a Krishna element there. Why is Kurukshetra battlefield auspicious? Because Krishna is standing there. Anything that is connectable to Krishna becomes auspicious. On the other hand, you all may be knowing very famous devotee, Radha Gopinath Prabhu in Bombay. He was telling a funny thing. Once somebody invited him for a marriage to give a talk. So they had arranged a very nice dais also. Instruments, mridangam, everything was kept. So he went to the marriage. The only problem was a lot of people were there. There were 1,000 people in the marriage. It was some very big fellow's marriage. And everybody was dressed, they were dressed attractively. And they were all giving darshan to each other. There's Lord in the altar, nobody is taking darshan. And they were all going, coming. Ha ha ha, he, hu hu hu. They were all talking, joking. And Prabhuji sat and he called the organizer and said, what time is my class? He asked. He said, you just start kirtan, they will all sit down, he said. He started the kirtan closing the eyes because he was not encouraged to see the sight. Jayarada Madhava sang, and he opened the eyes and saw, still people were the same. Nobody was ready to sit. People are all moving, going, coming, children are making noise. So then he told the organizer, you called me to this Mangal Karyalaya, but I thought something Mangal will happen. I couldn't do anything. I think people are in no mood to hear. So he said, I'll come in another occasion, and then he pushed off. So later on he told us, what is this Mangal Karyalaya? There is no place for doing a Mangalmaya activity of glorifying the Lord. Nobody wants to hear. So, a so-called auspicious place can become inauspicious if there is no Krishna element there. And where there is Krishna, that place becomes auspicious. So a devotee absolutely doesn't waste time in the dualities, good luck, bad luck. No, it's a waste of time. If good luck, actually Anga Maharaj, he was a pure soul. Brahmanas told him that, in this lifetime, you have not committed a single sin, even with your mind also. What to speak of your speech or body? But we are sorry to say, in the previous life, you have committed some sin due to which your son, you will not have any putra bhagya, they said. The devatas, that's why they are coming in the skyway, but they are not accepting your offerings and the sacrifice. Because they are not able to give you a child. It is not there in your account. But if you are insistent that you want a son, we can arrange a son by praying to Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can give you a son. Anga Maharaj said, how is that? Yes, there is nothing that is impossible for the Lord. He can do anything. But He'll give you such a son that whatever difficulty you will have by not having a son, that much difficulty you will have by having the son. And Anga Maharaj said, no problem. It's better to have a son and have some difficulties. Maybe he will be a little disobedient. I will be detached, no problem. He thought like that. And then he got a son. Who was the son? Oh, Vena. He was such a Dangerous son he was. He used to catch children and throw them in the ocean by the leg. Many Praja people came and complained to him. See what all he is doing, so naughty. He's not just a small naughty boy, he's a dangerous boy. So, a lot of things he did, his son. And Anga could not rectify him. Finally, Anga fled away from there, went to forest and took Vanaprastha and then went back to Godhead. But at that time, the most important point is here. Anga Maharaj said, in this world, which one is good? Good son is good or bad son is good? Everybody wants what son? Honestly, yeah? Good son. He said, good son is good. Even Chanakya says, your son should be either Buddhiman, Bhaktiman, then you are very happy. If he is an intelligent fellow, he knows how to make proper decisions in life. And if Bhaktiman is a devotee, any mother, father will be very happy. Look at our son, how wonderful he is. But then Anga Maharaj said, if you get such a nice son, likely that you can become attached. Then you may forget the ultimate goal of life. The son is doing everything as per your expectation. Everything goes according to our expectation. Sometimes parents wonder, our son was so obedient till the age of 13 or 14. After that, we don't know what happened suddenly in his head. Suddenly now he is saying, you see your thing, I will do my thing. Parents, their head is spinning. And earlier he used to sit with us and talk 2 hours. Now he doesn't speak one word to us. And when friends come, with them he talks hours and hours. That's because when people go to adolescent age, they connect with peers more, isn't it? So when Vena behaved like that, then Anga Maharaj made a comment. But as far as I am concerned, I don't think a good son is good. A bad son is good, he said. Why? Because bad son produces detachment. And then that can impel us to run to Krishna's lotus feet, he said. Anyway, I got a bad son. Instead of calling my luck as a bad luck, I will better run to Krishna's lotus feet. So in this way, you can convert a bad luck into good luck by going to Krishna's lotus feet. So a devotee doesn't waste time in blaming the situation, blaming the people, blaming different things. So I have prepared very simple, easy to appreciate notes for all of you. So I will share with you. The first thing is, this is the first one. Seeing Krishna's hand in all situations in our life. This is a very important thing. Is it big enough for everybody? You can see? All right? So, see, blame reflects our inner state. Like when we are faced with problems, when we don't introspect properly, then we blame our friends, we blame society, we blame the government, we blame even traffic weather and different things. Like one fellow started off late from home, to go to airport. But then midway there was a heavy traffic. There was some festival day and some procession was going on. And he was speaking so many bad words, yelling at the procession. Why it came on the way? Because he didn't leave on time, isn't it? If you have to catch a flight, you have to leave on time. You blame the people, you blame the circumstance. So this attitude reveals what we are projecting outward, but it's called BMW mode, we call it, blaming, mourning, wailing. Or another mode we call it ABC, accusing, blaming, criticizing. So this only brings negativity from other people. When we give out emotionally, what we give out emotionally is often what returns to us in experience. Like you throw a ball on the wall, it comes back to your hand. If you blame, then you get back the blame. Blame doesn't release your negativity. Rather, blame multiplies negativity. You will see when Gajendra was caught by a crocodile, immediately turned around and saw behind, his wife and all the relatives, they were all pulling the tail of Gajendra. But Gajendra's expectation was different. He thought all the elephants should come into the water and save me. But none of them had the guts to come inside water. Because they thought, this fellow is already caught by a crocodile. If we come in, there may be dozens of crocodiles. And all our legs will be caught also. So they thought, we want to keep ourselves in a safe situation, but whatever is possible, we will try to offer some help by pulling the tail. By pulling tail, can they take him out? No. They couldn't do it. So Gajendra did not blame them. He felt pity for them. Okay, everybody has their attachment to their own bodies. They are not in a mood to sacrifice their body to save me. Then what else I can do? Then he looked up in the sky. There were many devatas hovering in the sky. And those devatas actually thought that this fellow will seek our help and we can help him. If he calls, we will go. But then he looked ahead of them. So he said, Adi Mulame. So Adi Mulame, oh, Supreme Lord, who is the source of all existence. One who is beyond everything, everyone and everything. You are the ultimate. There is no one equal to you. There is no one higher than you. So he called. The Devatas told him, Gajendra, don't you know, Supreme Lord stays far away. He is the highest planet in the spiritual world. For him to come, it's going to take time. And we are right now here. Why don't you take our help? Gajendra said, no. You fellows can only offer some temporary benefits. I am looking for that Supreme Lord who is my true master, master of every jiva. Correct? I will only wait for him. It may take a while, but I don't mind. I can wait. So Devatas became offended. And when he called out, he didn't know the name of the Lord at that time. He was only saying the Adipurusha, the original Lord, because he is in an elephant's body. But then Lord Narayana came in a Garuda carrier, wheeling the disc. At that time he remembered the name. Sontyasya rasyurbalena grihita arto drishtva garutmati harim kabupata chakram utshipya sambujagaram giramaha krichram Narayana kila guru bhagavan namaste Narayana kila guru bhagavan namaste Narayana kila guru bhagavan namaste. He said, Oh Lord Narayana, spiritual master of the whole universe, I bow down to you. So at that time, one thought came in Gajendra's mind that Lord is coming to my place, and that if a special guest comes to your place, you want to offer something. If a guru comes to your home, naturally you will offer a sitting place, offer him something. So what do I have to offer? He turned around. I can't run away from this crocodile also to bring something from home. So he turned around and saw a lotus in that pond. So he plucked it and then did Archana for the Lord. And Lord Vishnu became so pleased for two reasons. First reason, Lord knew that when Gajendra's relatives could not save him, Gajendra did not blame them. And then Gajendra told to himself, why should I blame any living entity in this world? I alone am the cause of my suffering. If my tooth bites my tongue, are you going to take a hammer and break the tooth? It is whose tooth? It is whose tongue? Yeah. So your tooth has bitten your tongue, so you'll keep quiet. Is it not true? My karma only is coming back. My karma is only, the result of my karma is coming. So why to blame others? Like that he said. Same thing with Lord Rama also. When Lord Rama was sent to forest, Lakshmana was very wild. Lakshmana said, oh brother, why are you taking the words of mother and father seriously, those who are themselves very attached? He said Dasharatha is a Kamak. Out of the 3 queens, he is attached to Kaikeyi. So he is simply becoming a play dog in her hands and sending you to forest. Don't listen to him, he said. And what about Kaikeyi? She is attached to her son, Putra Sneha. She is greedy to make her son the king, although he is younger to you. Jyeshta Putra, the eldest son, should become the king. So that way both these fellows are attached fellows. Kaikeyi and Dasharatha. Don't listen to them. Like that he spoke. When Ram heard it, he said, hey Lakshman, don't lose your temper like this. It's not proper to talk ill of such exalted souls, our parents. And he said, amongst our mothers, Kaikeyi loved me the most. Just as Kaushalya loved Bharat very much. Like that, Kaikeyi loved me the most. Everybody knew that. Although these 3 mothers had their own sons, they were even very appreciative of other queen's son. Everybody knew that. And Dasharath, for him, I am more dear than his life itself. How can such loving mother and father, send me to forest? It is not they who is doing it. It is simply my own destiny, which is using them as tools. They are just delivering whose destiny? my destiny. Why to blame them? No point blaming them, he said. Just like Vali also said, Vali, when the arrow of Rama was sent by Rama to Vali, Vali saw, hey, who has sent this arrow in my chest? He fell to the ground. When he picked up, and he saw the name of Rama was engraved in that. And then Vali immediately said, why should I blame this arrow? I should find out who is the sender of the arrow, correct? No? And then he called for Rama, and Ram came, and then there was a dialogue. You will see that. So, in the same manner, we all should learn to see our own destiny, which is using certain people as tools to deliver the goods to us. When we think like that, we will not blame people. Gajendra didn't blame anybody. So Lord Vishnu liked that. Lord Vishnu said, very good. He's not blaming anybody. Secondly, Lord Vishnu was touched by Gajendra plucking that flower and offering puja. In one home, one spiritual master of ISKCON, he went to one home of a Grihastha couple, congregation devotee. And that congregation devotees asked that Guru, Maharaj, now we both are working in IT company, life is becoming super busy. Can we keep the Gaurnitai in a box and keep it in the locker? So that, because we are not able to do puja, we are not able to do the aratis, morning, evening, none of the time we are able to do changing the dress and bathing and all that. It's becoming difficult for us. And the Guru said, I will tell you. So then they waited. So their kid was playing outside. So they called the kid, come here. So the Guru from his plate took a piece of cake, and they gave it to the kid. Please take it. And the kid was not taking. No, he was doing like that. Sometimes children do that, you see that. No. Parents wanted him to take the mercy. The Guru is giving from his own plate. Mama, I don't want. So he wanted to go and play like that. Both mother and father caught him by the hand and dragged him to the Guru. They were telling, mother took the cake from Guru's hand and wanted to push it in the mouth. Because she wanted to give forced mercy. And the child was sort of spitting out. He said, I don't want it. So then the Guru told them, leave him, let him go and play, he said. So the child went away to play. And the Guruji told the parents, see how much you are eager to give mercy to your child to advance in Krishna consciousness. Don't you think your Guru will be eager to see you advance in spiritual life? Therefore I have given you the deity. So if you worship the deity, your son will accept the mercy, he said. But you are reluctant to accept the mercy, he said. So then they immediately realized their mistake. They said, no, Guru Maharaj, we actually thought that we are not getting time. He said, if you want time, you'll be able to make time. If there is a will, if there is a will, Krishna shows the way. Because Krishna is in your heart, and he will give you new ideas. We run out of ideas. See, suddenly your job, both husband and wife have to work 14, 16 hours every day. How will you find out time? You cannot figure out how to do it. But if you, use your free will to pray to Krishna that please give me some idea. This is beyond my head. I have run out of ideas. Then, dadami buddhyogam tam yena mam upayantite. He will give ideas by which we can. So Gajendra was caught by a crocodile on his leg, and Lord Vishnu is coming. How will he render devotional service? So he got the idea. He plucked the flower and offered. In the middle of Sankat, he offered seva. That's what touched the Lord very much. Like if somebody says, oh, this ocean has a lot of waves. When the waves subside, I'll take bath. Will it ever happen? Sometimes people say that, Prabhu, once my life becomes normal now, then I will start my devotional service. See, the waves will never subside, you will never take bath, you will be stinking always. Better you go in the waves only and take bath. Similarly, in the midst of difficulties only, we should render devotional service. One should not wait for the difficulties to stop. Material world actually means it's samsara sagar. In sagar, can anybody sit down comfortably on a wave? It's not a place to sit. You have to always keep swimming. The material world is a challenging place, so we have to, don't blame the waves of the ocean. We have to learn the art of living in the ocean and doing our work. When I went to Kanyakumari, when I was a small kid, my mother, my sisters, my father, all of us went. So, first time in that place, we boarded the boat. As soon as we boarded the boat, the boat was going like this. You have seen that? Any of you experienced that? The whole boat top went like this, and all of us are screaming. Everybody was screaming. But the boatman was completely peaceful. Because when the boat went like this, he stretched his leg, and this leg he bent like this. Like this, and he is having a stick in the hand, very coolly. He is not even holding anything except that stick. And he is just stretching his leg like this. And then we all came to this side. Then the boat went like this side. Then that fellow stretched this leg like this. And this leg he folded like this. So now we also learned the technique. Okay, if it goes like this, do like this. It goes like this. So, in the same manner in your life, when life becomes busy, you should know how to adjust. Don't get frightened. Some people say, Prabhuji, my life is so busy, I stopped chanting now. Some people say, correct, no? That's foolishness. So many of our devotees are intelligent. Even when meeting is going on, they can do many other activities. You seen that? There may be meeting going on, put in mute. And then the meeting people are wondering, is this fellow hearing or not? And they are able to answer also. How they are able to answer? There are some people called Ashtavadani. 8 things they can do simultaneously. Isn't it? Sometimes Gaurang Prabhu attends 4 meetings simultaneously. He has 4 computers from different parts of the world. In between, they will ask one meeting, they will ask him comment. Then he will speak the comment and close it again. Put mute. So the idea is, if you really are keen to do devotional service, Krishna will give you some idea. Surely he will give some idea. And Gajendra got the idea. He didn't blame the situation of the people. Okay, now let us see a drama here. Okay, I have given the example of Vidura. You see? The picture you are seeing here, Vidura was insulted terribly by whom? Duryodhana, one day. He said, throw this man out of the palace, only with his life air. He is eating our salt, and he is always secretly favorable to the Pandavas, our sworn enemies. We don't want to see this fellow live here any longer. Like that he spoke, Duryodhana. And Vidura was shocked for a moment. When he saw that, he thought, I am his uncle. And my brother Dhritarashtra is not speaking a word to correct this little boy, Duryodhana. And that too in a public assembly when all the other people are shocked, everybody. How can one behave to a respectable elder of the family like this? He is a minister also. And also he is a very wise, learned personality, Vidura, highly respected by many. So he was very rash, harsh of speech. So immediately Vidura thought, I think the external energy, Maya Shakti, is acting on Duryodhana. So he has lost his control. When somebody is a drunken man, he may speak any kind of blabbering words. Why to take it seriously? If a drunken man says something, you just hear it with one ear and leave it with another ear. Similarly, the jivas in this world are drunken by Rajoguna and Tamaguna. Prabhupada says somebody in Tamaguna means is lazy. Somebody in Rajoguna means crazy. Why to worry about lazies and crazies? Isn't it? Somebody lazy and crazy says something, you don't bother about it. And Vidura thought, how can I convert this bad situation into a good situation, misfortune into good fortune? Then he thought, I always wanted to get rid of this political assembly in the Kuru Sabha. I think this is a good opportunity for me to excuse from here and go on a pilgrimage to go and see Krishna. So he made a plan. Immediately he put his bow, leaning against the door. And then he walked out to the palace, like you see, he's walking out. And while going out, what he did, he changed his vesh-bhush completely. Nobody could recognize that he is. Why? Because on the way people will come to meet him and say, oh alas, we came to know that they drove you away from the palace, we are very sorry. If you want, we will form a political party and oppose Duryodhana, and all that people will come for that. He said, no politics. I don't want to hear anything political. I only want to hear Krishna Katha. That's all. That was his conviction. So nobody could, Avaduta Lingam, it is said. He took Avaduta Vesh, nobody could understand. And then he could associate with, Maitreya, with Uddhava, many great souls hearing Krishna Katha very nicely. So he converted misfortune into good fortune. Instead of lamenting, Vidura felt grateful for the opportunity. The insult allowed him to renounce palace life and engage in devotional service. See, once Lord Shiva was cursed by Daksha Prajapati, Isn't it? That when all the demigods will get their share from every sacrifice, Shiva will not get. And Shiva was so happy that I am relieved from the meetings of the Devatas. I don't have to go for that. I can be in Kailash just doing meditation on my Supreme Lord. So Shiva did not feel any loss. Rather, he felt to be liberated from the unwanted political meetings of the Devatas. He thought, I'll be relieved. He was very jolly. Similarly, Narada was once cursed by Daksha that he cannot stay in one place. Actually, Daksha thought that because he was very attached to his palace, he wanted to stay in one place. So he thought that anybody who would drive him out of his palace, he will be as miserable as him. This is called as Atmavan Manyate Jagat. But he foolishly thought like that. Narada was most happy to be given the curse of having not able to stay in one place. Do you know why? What is the reason? No, he had no attachment. That is true. But one more important thing. Vishnu personally called Narada and gave his own veena to him. He says that Deva Dattam Yamam Veenam Swara Brahma Vibhushitam Murchayitva Harikata Tayamanas Charamyaham. He's saying, Lord Vishnu gave me his veena and said, oh Narada, now you can go to Swarga, you can go to Vaikuntha, wherever you want you go. But keep traveling and preaching. Already he got the blessing. So he laughed. Narada said, anyway, I always like to travel and preach. So your curse of not staying in one place is no loss for me. Is it not true? So great souls, and even if they are given a curse, they know the art of converting curse into a blessing, converting misfortune into good fortune. So there is nothing to worry. In Pune, one boy was laid off from IT company. He actually hails from a village. So he went back to home and he saw his father is running a hotel. He stayed in home for 2 months and learnt, and then came to city and started Dabba Prasad for the college students. Eventually 10, 20, 30, 50, 100. Now there are 200, 300 boys taking Dabba Prasad from him. And he's making in lakhs now. So now he was telling the devotees, I would not have made so much even in a computer company also. Now he's making 4 times bigger money now. Of course, he has no worry about prestige or anything in this thing. He's a devotee, seriously practicing devotee. Actually, sometimes situations which come in our life may appear to be very daunting, very dangerous for us. But one can deflect misfortune and convert it into good fortune. Okay, let us, I need 2 people for this drama. Who can do it? I can make it bigger for you if you want. Okay, I think it's big enough, okay? Who are the 2 devotees? Arjun and Shyam. 2 people are needed. Who is Arjun? You are Arjun? Start it.
Shyam, I heard about your bike accident yesterday. Are you okay?
Yes, Prabhu. Krishna saved me. I was rushing to college and this was his way of teaching me to be more careful. Now I am resting for a few weeks, a good chance to catch up on Srila Prabhupada's book I have been neglecting.
But you have gone through a lot recently. Your grandmother passed away, then your father, and you just recovered from malaria. Doesn't this shake your faith?
Not really. My father and grandmother have lived their time. Krishna reminds us that the soul is eternal. Like Narada told Chitraketu and malaria us to finally clean the dirty gutter outside the ashram, stopping mosquitoes breeding. Every event has Krishna's purpose behind it.
You truly see Krishna's hand everywhere. I want to learn that.
It's all due to Krishna consciousness. Arjun, Prabhu, this philosophy changes how we see life. I'm just trying to apply it.
Yeah, Haribol. So, in the life of Shyam, 3-4 things happened one after another. First he got a bike accident. Then he got a malaria. Then his grandfather passed away. Grandmother passed away and his father passed away. So one after another, sometimes people wonder, just because I'm a devotee, should a devotee supposed to suffer when you become a devotee? So, like in one of our college programs, 4 or 5 boys were coming for the classes, upcoming new devotee boys. So these 4 boys told one of the senior boy who was living as a resident in the room that we are very happy with the programs and all, we like the chanting and dancing. And we are also thinking of coming in and staying as a resident the next semester. He told them, hey, you guys don't know, you are all new devotees. Now you will be dancing and singing. Once you come in, you become a senior devotee, Krishna will give you many problems. He said, you will, Krishna will take away everything you have, something like that he told, they ran away. So they didn't come for 2 months. I was wondering why they are not coming. Later on, one boy told me the truth, some boy revealed to him. Then I called these 4 fellows and said, hey, anyone who goes to Krishna only stands to gain. He never loses anything. Then I told them, see, Sudama gave only 1 palm full of chipped rice. And in return, Krishna gave him a house with 100 servants and servant maids. And so much of great fortune he gave him. And the fruit vendor lady must have given some $20 of fruits and she got $20 million of, fortune back in her basket. Kubja gave some little chandan, ugly looking hunchbacked woman. And Krishna in turn made her into a young beautiful girl. You tell me in which case anybody served Krishna and attained any misfortune. They were also wondering, that's true. Then I told them, when Krishna takes away something from somebody, if that thing is harming the devotee's devotion service, just like for example, if you have a fever, doctor takes away your fever by giving antibiotics, is it bad? They said, no, it's very good. Therefore, Krishna takes away anything that is not good for you. If you know how to use your money, Krishna will not take it away. Then they all started coming back again after that. So, in this way, we should learn the art of seeing Krishna's hand in everything. Here, Shyam Prabhu suffered in varieties of ways, but he has the reason. His grandmother was 92 years old. And if she dragged more than that in that body, she might probably suffer more and she may be uneasy to give suffering to others also. She left very smoothly. Similarly, his father also had a cancer. So he was in the 3rd stage cancer already. So the time had come for the body to be finished. Its expiry date has come. So he took it in a mature way because he thought of the Gita philosophy. Soul never dies and body never survives. He was very clear about the philosophy. So even though the difficulties came, like when he got accident, what he said? How did he turn it into advantage? He said, all the while I was distributing books, I never studied books. But now I got a accident and I am lying in the hospital. So let me use the time for Prabhupada book reading. When the malaria he got, what he said? Otherwise the gutter was stagnated and mosquitoes were breeding in big numbers. And many devotees must have got malaria. One of them got malaria, immediately all of them got into cleaning. Otherwise generally people don't clean easily, isn't it? So in this way, he saw that every difficulty that came has a purpose behind it and something good can come out of it. You see, in the midst of thorny bushes only rose comes out. You will see that. Both are coexisting in the same place. That's the way this world is. So when you lit up fire in the furnace, it also gives something which you don't want. What is it? Smoke. So in a furnace, there's smoke also, fire also. Which one you want? You want smoke or you want fire? Fire. But initially smoke comes. So tolerate the smoke, take a blower, blow it on the fire. Then the fire increases and smoke will be gone. So don't run away from the kitchen. If somebody says, oh, smoke is coming in the kitchen, better you go to hotel and eat it. So don't expect me to cook today. Then you'll never be able to cook, isn't it? So Prabhupada said, oh, you want milk? Be prepared to take kicks of the cow. You've seen the cows kick when you're milking? If somebody says, hey, this cow is kicking, sell it away. Then no milk also. Then no cow, no milk. No pains, no gains. So that's the way the world is. So in our life, we will get both. Like it is said, a man asked for, he told God, give me a beautiful fragrant flower along with a beautiful colorful butterfly sitting on it. He asked for that from God. God told him, take this cactus and take a caterpillar. The man thought, such a dirty thing he has given me. Cactus has no flower and the caterpillar is so ugly looking. So he thought God has cursed him. But in a few days he saw the caterpillar turned into butterfly. And from the cactus came a beautiful flower. So we need patience in life. When you have patience, when you are willing to look for meaning, why God has given this to me. It may appear that He has given a burden to you, but the burden teaches you tolerance, patience. You grow further. Okay, anybody would like to share an example from your life where you faced a difficulty but you maintained your Krishna consciousness, inspired by another devotee's steadiness? Okay, you saw some other devotee and you got steady. Anybody? We can give the mic to you. If you are able to get an example, you will get an applause of all the devotees. Anybody?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry. One example that always stands out to me is in 2012, I broke my hip playing tennis. I had surgery, and actually one of the monks from Bhaktivedanta Swami, Bhaktivedanta Manor came and stayed with me for 3 months. And that 3 months we studied Bhagavatam, first 3 cantos. Best studying I ever did in my life, because we were almost, can't do anything. I couldn't put any weight on my leg for about 3 months. But just him being there studying was amazing, and my love for Bhagavatam at that time grew.
Amen. So it took you how much time for you to get cured?
3 months I couldn't do anything. I had to use walker. But funny thing is that although I had that, I didn't feel any pain. It was amazing.
Amazing. So you could utilize the time fully well. Very good, Haribol. So this example is very similar. Very good. Very good, yeah.
Hare Krishna. So I would like to share, recently I was in Mumbai. My mom has undergone a surgery. So we went from one hospital to other because of a thrombosis issue. And finally I went to Bhaktivedanta Hospital. And when I was in Nanavati Hospital and the Horizon Hospital in Mumbai, so I was struggling a lot of stress, what's going to happen. But when I went to Bhaktivedanta Hospital, it happened what was supposed to happen, but that environment, being into, like, if you go to Bhaktivedanta, the first thing you enter, you should see the Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, yeah.
And when I entered the first time, all the nurses were standing there and somebody was saying Katha. So I heard that Katha, and the Katha was in a sense where, people are in hospital going through stress. So how Prabhuji was trying to explain how, you should try to give it to Krishna and just pray to Him and don't worry about the outcome. You are at the right place and all those things. So that positive thing came to my mind. And then every morning when we pass Prabhupada, then the next thing you see is Jagannath Baldev Subhadra temple there. So while walking you can see the deities. So that way, being in hospital for almost 2 weeks, I was able to sustain through Krishna consciousness, and the stress went out, thinking that I am at the right place. Dwarkadesh Prabhu was there, Vaishnav Seva Prabhu was there. So that gave me strength, and I was able to maintain my Krishna consciousness. And my mom, it's a big thing to get hand amputated, but she was so positive.
And she distributed Bhagavad Gita also.
Yeah, she distributed Bhagavad Gita also. Just before amputation, Dwarkadesh Prabhu said, let's do good thing with this hand. So he made her distribute.
Amazing, Haribol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So I just want to share also, something that happened with us as a family recently. So we are on H1B visa. So after our 3 years got completed, we were looking for the extension. And for that, the organization, the IT organization I'm working with, they have to approve the extension, and all the process was there. But somehow, for some reason, we were just 15 days, only 15 days were left when it got, the visa should have, would have got expired. So we were waiting for the process to get completed within the organization, but somehow that was not happening. I'm not going into the details, but I found another, people around our organization who are not able to get the extension. We were not really worried because of any other reason, but 2 reasons that become the reason of our worry. One is that we didn't want to lose this great association that we have got here. So that was one of the primary reasons that we had in mind. And then second was, of course, the kids' education. So we were thinking around those lines. That kids would get, the break in the education and then going back to India and all of that. So that was kind of a worry in our head. But amongst the devotees, all of them were like, don't worry, Krishna is there. You continue, with a steady state of mind. Don't worry, and whatever Krishna's wish would be, it would be good. And to our surprise, our kids came to us while we were having certain conversation, and they were like, "Don't worry. Even if we have to go back, it's Krishna's wish, and we are okay."
Amazing.
And this is what kids told us. And as soon as they came to us and talked like this, and we were like, all stress,
anxiety was gone.
Everything, all the anxiety was gone, and we were like relieved. And also because we were constantly being in touch with all the devotees, and they were giving this perspective. Don't worry, we have seen this. Krishna would do whatever would be best for you. And eventually, just to let you know, within the last 10 days, we have got all the processes done, which takes normally 3 to 4 months. And before even the last day of our visa getting expired, before that we got the extension done.
Because you developed detachment, Krishna blessed you. Very good. Hare Krishna, thank you. One hand up. We want to give a chance to Mataji's also. One last we'll take care and then we'll give it to them.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I attend a program at the University of Cincinnati for many years now. And Nainabram Prabhu, who preaches there, he has been an inspiration for me all my Krishna consciousness journey. And he has had so many difficulties that I cannot even imagine that anyone that I have seen in my life. His wife went through 2 cancers. She's still going through chemotherapy. And he himself has so many health issues. And his job is terrible. And he complains about his job every day. He lost all his team members in his job.
My God.
He has to manage work of like 5 to 6 people alone. And then he preaches every day.
And he's ecstatic also always.
Yes. Every day he does Srimad Bhagavatam class. Every day he teaches children at different universities and kids, students. And he says that these programs are the ones that keeps him going.
Alive, yeah, that's true.
Yes. So whenever
although he's in Tampa, from Tampa to Cincinnati, he's taking care of the 2 colleges here, I heard. Yes. Online program he does, and he comes quarterly, he comes here. I just talked to him yesterday morning.
Yes.
Amazing devotee.
So whenever I see any difficulties in my life, I feel like this is nothing. So
After saying. Correct. Correct.
It keeps me going.
Yeah, especially when we see other devotees, even in the midst of great troubles, very enthusiastically practicing, that's something very nice for us to see, to understand that our situation is not all that bad. That's true. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Mataji side, we can take one at Hare Krishna.
So last year, I am a physician, and there were some problems, and I lost my job and had to face humiliation for patient care that was not my mistake. So I left. Initially, I tried to fight for justice, and then I felt, okay, this is not going to make any difference, and I left. And then for 6 months, I had free time, which I never had in my life other than maternity leave. So I thought I'd make a schedule for myself. And I did reading, and I went to Vrindavan to attend Holy Name Retreat. And I met my Guru Maharaj, who I could not serve for the past 2 years. So I spent time with him. And Krishna's mercy, it turned out to be the best thing that happened in my life at that time.
And then you came back after that?
I came back, and then I got a better job.
Oh, Haripur. This Mataji situation reminds me of the Pandavas. You see, see, when Pandavas went for Vanavas, they did not waste that time. See, Arjuna went to heavenly planets and got celestial weapons from Indra. Later on, he went to Lord Shiva and got Pashupatastra. And then, because he was aligned with Krishna, Agnidev gave him the chariot. Indra gave him the horses, and Hanuman agreed to sit in the flag and give out war cry. So all the Pandavas were actually getting more and more allies. They got a dozen allies during their forest life. They got married to a dozen different kingdoms, princesses, and they increased their allies also. And Yudhishthira Maharaj was learning many codes of morality and ethics from the Brahmanas while living in the forest. And Bhima made friendship with Hanuman. And Nakula Sahadeva, they were also learning. So you will see that, when there are low times or high times, in any situation, a devotee always will utilize the time best. So when Mataji was facing this situation, she thought, how best can I utilize this time, you see? So she utilized it in going to Vrindavan, serving the spiritual master, increasing her reading and everything. So spiritually she made herself very sound and safe, and then got the inner strength to pass through that period. And then Krishna awarded her a better job. It's a very wonderful example it is, very nice. So something very valuable for everybody to learn. Like one boy was weeping just 2 days ago. He could not get intern, during his masters. Then I asked him, I know why you are crying, because if you don't get intern, when you are going for a job, they will ask him, did you do any intern? If he says, I couldn't get intern, then that makes his situation little weak. Is it right or not? I asked him. He said, yes. Then I told him, in this intern period, when other boys are going for intern, why don't you go to some company and do some course, and they give you a certificate and they may not give you any stipend. Oh, he said, that's a good idea. I never thought of it, he said. So he said, now I will figure out. I will go for some course or something. Even if I have to spend some money, I will not waste this 2-3 months. Because in America, they have a big holiday. May, June, July, August, I think. 4 months. Either you utilize it in intern or you just while away your time. So everybody should be intelligent to find out ways and means by which we utilize our energy, time in the best way possible. Therefore I told you, where there is a will, Krishna shows the way. Because Krishna has millions of ideas. He can always give you some. For him to give idea is very easy. A super soul is always giving inspiration to everybody. Thank you, Matthew. Anyone more from that side? Yes, let's give it to her.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I don't think I'm smart enough to make that decision, but I'll tell you, when I moved to the US in 2019, a couple of months after, there was COVID, so everyone was going back home or they had family here.
Oh.
I had no one, and a couple of months before I had started wearing Kankimala because I wanted.
At that time your education was online, correct, no? Here? It turned into online.
In person, then it turned online.
My Lord, yeah.
But the university said go home, you cannot stay on campus. And I knew no one. And I had just started wearing Kankimala. I wanted to be closer to Krishna, there was that desire. Out of nowhere, Krishna sent me a family, Anandini Gopika and their family. I had no relation to them at all. And because of them, I started chanting, I started reading books. We started Bhakti Yoga Club at the university that I was at. And then I went back to the university and still stayed in touch. And because of that, I'm still in Cincinnati. I work from home, I could go anywhere. But because of that community and the care Krishna gave me.
Right shelter you got at the right time. Very good. Actually, COVID produced depression in many people, except the devotees. Devotees are the most ecstatic during COVID. In fact, in India, there is one Mataji who is 85 years old. And now she said, in COVID I learned how to use Zoom. Now even she is using computer now, sitting on Zoom and attending all online lectures. She said, I'm never used to this YouTube or Zoom and other things when COVID came. Because she used to go to the local temple and everything. She was very desperate. So from her son she learnt everything. So you can imagine in ISKCON, even an 85-year-old lady can use Zoom. Because they will not waste that time. It's a very interesting example. COVID, imagine you are getting a MS seat in America, you are just coming to start your study and then COVID comes suddenly. Many may cry also. What is this? 2 years I have to sit in my room within 4 walls. So she converted misfortune into good fortune. Good example, very nice. Thank you. Yeah.
I just wanted to add that since then Sakshi has graduated, but she still conducts the Bhakti Yoga Club
in the university. Oh.
Until now, even after graduation.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you. So I can take some questions. Another 10-15 minutes I can take some questions. Yeah. Anybody? See, you can do 3 things. You can ask a question, or you can speak a reflection, or you can recollect one point from what I spoke. all the three would benefit the audience. Yeah. Yes.
So I had a quick question. So I know the right thing is not to, find faults in others and reflect in ourselves. I've made the progress after being in Krishna consciousness that I catch myself. I was like, okay, I'm finding fault, stop. But it keeps happening. What is something I can do in that moment to...
You can find fault, provided you can help them. Like Prabhupada, when he came to America, Prabhupada said, all demons, they are doing this, doing that. But he lived in the midst of the hippies and cooked for them, fed them prasad, preached to them, taught them the holy name. He personally bought a big bundle of clothes from India, dhoti, and from that everybody tore from the dhoti, the bundle. Mataji's wore it as sari and Prabhuji's wore it as dhoti kurta. Everybody was wearing saffron in those days. So, and Prabhupada brought the tilak. He taught them how to wear tilak, how to brush the teeth, how to take everything he taught them. So he didn't just criticize them and leave them. Rather, he criticized the demonia culture and then he gave them the right culture. So the difference between Kanishtadhikari and Madhyamadhikari is Kanishtadhikari only points fingers to the faults. Madhyamadhikari points fingers to fault and gives solution also. So then the loop is complete. We don't say you don't find fault, because if you are a spiritual guardian of somebody and if you find fault, it's appropriate. It's like a mother or father, designing the welfare of the child, pointing something in the child for child's good. It's like that. But if you are not a spiritual guardian, we should not be going around talking about others' faults. Say, for example, I am sitting in a hospital to meet the doctor. Outside there are 50 people sitting. And I go around asking, hey, what is your problem? What's your problem? And then I laugh at people, hey, you have this problem. So I don't need to know others' problems. I need to know my problem, and then doctor knows everybody's problem. So Guru is like that. So Guru will know what deficiency, what problem everybody has, and he is going to give medicine also to them. So I can always think like this. Everybody has a spiritual guardian, their mentor. If I am considering some good for the individual, then I can go to their mentor and give a report. Tell the mentor that, I found this devotee having some little difficulty. In my understanding, the devotee needs help. So I thought, if I tell you, you will do good for the devotee. That's the most ideal thing to do. His Holiness Hare Krishna Maharaj used to come to Pune. He is one of the very senior disciples of His Holiness Radhagovind Maharaj. So once when he came to Pune, he gave such a graphic example. For my whole life, I will not forget this example. In the class, he was telling, everybody laughed for this example. He said, if a cat comes into your hall and in one corner it has passed stool and it is gone away. So everybody comes for the program. So you are seeing the stool there, what you will do? Ideally speaking, you should immediately take it, scoop it in this thing, throw it outside and throw some phenol or something and, cleanse the place. People will come and ask you, what are you doing? What you will say? Nothing, I'm just cleaning the place. That's ideal to do. On the other hand, he said, imagine you pick up the stool in your hand and go around giving everybody little. And all are asking, hey, what is this? It's stinking very badly. No, the cat has passed stool, just say. So he said, in the same manner, if somebody has fault, don't go around distributing to others. He was telling. Isn't it? Actually, we should desire that very quickly that fault should be thrown away, removed in that devotee. And how it can be removed? Go to the devotee's mentor and tell the mentor to help the devotee. If you really have a concern, heart of concern, but if we are in a mood of ridicule or mocking at the devotee, then we will go around telling everybody about it. So people talk about each other, they don't talk to each other. So we should be in a helping mode. Then Krishna in our heart will be very pleased also. Oh, this devotee wants to help. But if we are in a ridiculing mood, tomorrow we may do something and that will be spoken by many. Because whatever goes around, gets back again. So we have to check. If I have to give feedback to somebody, am I their spiritual guardian? Then we don't go around telling anybody. People will say, hey, are you a self-appointed advisor? That you are coming into my life and poking your nose into my affairs? Mind your own business, they will say. So therefore, there is a very beautiful sutra, you all can remember this. I also, after I heard this sutra, it was a turning point for me. I'll tell you. It's called as Myopsis Thor. That's a sutra. It looks like a Zen sutra. What is myopsis? Myopsis Thor means mind, all of you repeat, mind, your own business. This is myop. Huh? This is myop. And then sis is what? Save yourself. That is sis. And Thor is what? Then help others reform. Okay. So myopsis, Thor. Yeah. Mind your own business, save yourself, then help others reform. So when I heard this formula, after that I became quiet. Okay. Now I can't worry about everybody. Even in the morning chanting also, earlier I used to tell the devotee looking out of the window, hey, this devotee has gone to sleep. Then I saw my chanting is getting affected. Then I read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, hey, look at both eyes in the tip of your nose. It was causing a little headache in the beginning. So now what I do, one eye I close completely, with another eye I rest the eyeball here. Now I can't see anybody. Hare Krishna. 2 hours I don't see anybody. Whether a fellow is sleeping or going, I tell the devotee, do whatever you want. And I never put zoom in front of me. Because some people put their camera or some zoom in front of me. If they want to put, let them put. But I don't look at anybody because I have enough problem to solve here itself during chanting. How many of you feel attentive chanting is little difficult? Better work on it. Is it not true? Work on that first rather than working on others. We have to work on ourselves. Yeah. One more question. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So wonderful class, Prabhuji. But I have one question. I don't know if it's a right question or not, but I heard the story of Vena and Anga. So you said...
so it's better to have a bad son, correct, no?
Yeah, so better to have bad kids instead of good kids. So
no, I would suggest you, may both your kids be wonderful kids and you also be simultaneously detached also. Okay, you're happy now? Okay. I understood what you will ask. I knew that. See, I was asking one question in a class. Kunti Maharani saying, Vipadas Santata Shashwat Tata Tata Jagadguru. I was speaking on that. So I was telling the boys were all very disturbed hearing that verse. They said, Prabhuji, why is she inviting trouble? We have enough trouble already. She's saying, give me more trouble. Then I told them an example. That one small kid was playing cricket. He got a wound in the knee. Then his friends took him to a hospital where there was a very loving and caring nurse. And she, put a band-aid and everything, dressed it and everything. So the boy was having tears in his eyes because he had lost his mother when he was a very small kid. Now he was only living with his father. So when the nurse was very loving and caring, he immediately remembered whom? His mother. So later on, 2-3 months later, again the kids were playing cricket. The boy was telling his friends, I wish I again get a wound in the knee, he said. And none of his friends could understand why he said that. They were all saying, hey, are you crazy or what? At that time you got a wound, we took you to hospital, but why do you want a wound? Why do you want a wound in the leg? Anybody knows the answer for this? Why did you want to again have a wound? So when I asked this question in the class, it was a congregation program and students program both. One kid was sitting on the mother's lap, one small kid. He raised a hand that I will give the answer. I was amazed. It was only a 5-year-old kid, 5 or 6 years old, a small kid. I asked, what is the answer? He said, Maa ka pyar, he said. I was amazed. Even that kid couldn't understand the example immediately. So, yes, exactly, he was longing for the motherly love. Therefore, he thought he can again get a wound. Then I told the devotees, why Kunti Maharani wants suffering? Because she knew that as soon as Pandavas are suffering, who will be there? So then I asked the question to all the audience. Do you want suffering plus Krishna or no suffering, no Krishna? I asked the question. So one boy said, Prabhu, we want no suffering and Krishna. Then I said, that's not possible in Bhuloka, only in Goloka. So you have to go back to Goloka. Then he asked Prabhu, what to do? Then he said, 16 rounds chanting, 4 eggs. Follow. Go back home, back to God. In the material world, there are troubles, surely. But in the troubles, along with troubles, if we have Krishna with us, we are very safe. Yeah, of course, we all desire the way Mataji desires. We want to have wonderful children and also detached also. We will not become attached to them and we want to wish them to be good. Of course, Anga Maharaj told this because in the situation of a son or daughter non-cooperative in devotional service, you get frustrated. That frustration should lead you to Krishna. If the frustration leads us to depression, that's a failure. So devotees should never be depressed. In any situation, devotees can always look for positive turns to go to Krishna's lotus feet. That is the point. I want to show you an important video, just 2-3 minutes video.
Why are successful people waking up at 4 a.m. and not a different hour? What is the secret behind it? Well, they know how their brain works, and they take advantage of their brainwave states and brain chemistry. The brain produces electrical patterns, often referred to as waves. When you're first awake, your brain operates at around 10.5 waves per second. The range from 8 to 13 hertz, or cycles per second, is the alpha stage. It's been called the gateway to the subconscious mind. But when you wake up this early, you are between theta and alpha. The mind is capable of deep and profound learning, being fully aware and focused with an effortlessly calm mind. In other words, you don't have to work as hard. You are not thinking. You just relax into the moment. Another important fact known by all successful people is when you wake up, your subconscious mind is most impressionable and soaks up information like a sponge. Whatever you hear, see, or are exposed to in the first 20 minutes will affect you and set the tone for the rest of your day. This is why they meditate, listen to affirmations, and not checking their social media and emails so early. They choose consciously their tone of the day, being focused and positive and not being distracted. They choose to go to bed early and use the premature hours of each day in their own advantage. They make up a routine of waking up before the sun starts to shine and go to sleep after the sun goes down. Why do they go to bed so early? Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is where you can get the most from regenerative and deep sleep. After 2 a.m., sleep lacks the quality that you need as it becomes more superficial, chronically depriving your body of the regenerative sleep which you can enjoy between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. makes you wake up in the morning even more tired than when you went to bed. The human body is closely linked to the day and night cycle. That is why, within 1 or 2 hours after sunset, your melatonin levels start to rise. This is how your body's telling you that it's time to go to bed. At midnight, melatonin levels reach their highest value, and after this, they start decreasing gradually. 10 p.m. is when your body reacts as a result of the increment in the melatonin levels. This period of transformation in your sleep cycle brings along a more intense metabolic activity. This one is responsible for the repair and restoration of the whole body. In order for this 10 p.m. reaction to take place, your body needs to slow down, which translates into reduction of your mental and physical activity. If you're still awake, there is a phenomena that takes place at this hour called second wind. This is caused by the rise in mental activity and energy that your system has at 10 p.m. Nevertheless, you can only feel what the second wind's value is truly about if you are asleep at 10 p.m. Studies show that if you go past the 10 p.m. bedtime, you'll find it more difficult to fall asleep. Also, you won't be able to enjoy refreshing sleep, which will lead to significant weariness in the morning. Small things matter, so even the simple shift in your bedtime hour from 11 p.m. to 10 p.m. can make a huge difference regarding the quality of your sleep. Moreover, there are high chances that you'll wake up in the morning feeling energized and ready to start the day. This happens because you allow your system to go through its natural neurochemistry and you take advantage of this wave that it's on its way before 10 p.m. Moreover, your body also benefits from the metabolic changes that naturally take place as the clock ticks 10 p.m. If you are among those that usually fall asleep well past 10 p.m., you should consider changing the situation. Set up a goal to go to bed earlier by 15 to 30 minutes each week until you hit 10 p.m. bedtime goal. Early risers like Apple CEO Tim Cook, Oprah Winfrey, and Dwayne Johnson choose to greet the day at the crack of dawn because that's where motivation is created, and they don't need to ask for it. That silence of early morning hours is what helps them use their potential to the maximum. Successful people choose to use every minute available in a day because their life's purpose is higher than any other short-term pleasure or comfortable bed mattress. They instilled this habit of waking up early in their DNA because they understand how a strong and consistent routine can support a successful life. The human brain can work at its maximum potential when it doesn't have to multitask. The quality level of work is highly dependent on the level of focus. When there are no distractions and noises to disturb concentration, the brain has a great capacity to focus on certain tasks and thus generate a balanced rate between quality and work. Successful people are aware of this, and they use their alone time in the early morning to take full advantage of their brain's functioning capacity. High achievers understand that premature hours of the day allow them to make better decisions as their energy levels are at their peak. Those who live a grand life understand that early morning willpower helps them to achieve high levels of discipline. A disciplined morning guides them towards a whole day of discipline, and this is exactly what supports their successful life. The peaceful and quiet time you get before the sun rises creates the environment you need in order to take care of yourself, which doesn't happen too often during the day. It's the me time that allows you to provide yourself with everything you need in order to successfully go through the day. As soon as the alarm goes off, you're facing a bump in the road, and it's up to you to get over it or not. It's up to you to decide whether you use your time in your advantage or not. When everybody else is still dreaming and sleeping in their comfortable beds, it's your time to shine. It's your time to get out of your comfortable zone and have that well-deserved breakthrough. The early morning hours are moments where you can be ahead of things without being distracted. It's a time where you can focus and pay attention to what really matters. It's a time where you can go past those old and narrow-minded thoughts that stopped you from getting the real taste of what this life can truly be. It is all on you, and you decide how to spend your life. You decide when your day starts.
One very important point is, why I showed you this, in my travels in many places, and the devotees, I see that devotees get late to bed by 11 o'clock or something like that, sometimes 11:30 also. So, if you are able to sleep by 9:45, 10, you will see that everything follows very beautifully. Then you can rise very early in the morning. I sleep generally between 9 to 3 or 8:30 to 2:30 I sleep, 6 hours. But my personal experience last 25 years is, if I sleep 9 to 3, 18 hours I can be fresh. I don't have to lie even for 5 minutes in the daytime at all. I can continuously stretch myself for the 18 hours. So, and I feel fresh all day. Absolutely I don't feel tired. But sometimes in my travels, it becomes 10 or 10:15 or so. Then the next day is drowsy and we get headache and things like that. So what is being said here is also said in our Ayurveda also. In our Vedas about the Brahma Muhurta. I have another show on Brahma Muhurta also. PPT I have PowerPoint. Many shlokas on Brahma Muhurta. Same thing this fellow is saying. So what happens is, in the daytime your body is externally active. In the night time the body is internally active. Say for example you went 5,000 miles in your car. Now you brought the car back home. What is the first thing you will do? What is the first thing you will do after 5,000 miles of riding? You have to send it for service. It's heated up, isn't it? Because now the car requires some resting and heat. Same manner, from morning to night we all are using the body for working and thinking. Both the gross and subtle body are active. Night the body requires to repair and recuperate. So when you lie down before like 9:45, 10, then that is the time the pitta and all start secreting. If any of you have seen, you sit near some sleeping person, some sounds you will hear. You heard the sounds? Different parts of the body, because different things are happening. You will hear that. Because there is a machine inside, and many things are happening inside. And liver, at certain time the liver functioning is repaired. Then the lung functioning is repaired. Then the kidney, then small intestine, big intestine. The timings are all given. Doctors can tell you. In China also they have made a full clock. At what time, what part of the body is being repaired, internal repair. But if you are awake till 2 o'clock, that means we are not allowing the repair. We are overworking. It's like taking a blunt pencil and going on writing without sharpening it. So, I am not going to ask for a raise of hand, don't get frightened for who sleeps at what time. That I do only for the students, not for all of you. For students I do, because many students sleep at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock like that. But we have to sleep early to bed, and early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy and wise, it is said. So, and then next day, I'm sure that majority of you are chanting 16 rounds. So the Brahma Muhurta hours are very, very powerful. It's only Samaksha Maharaj, in one video, I heard him speak. He is telling his disciples, if anybody completes 16 rounds before Mangalarti, he said, I can guarantee you'll go back to Godhead. I think he tells his disciples, try to do it. But of course, so we may not be able to get up so early, like 2:30 or something. But idea is, according to Prabhupada, in one purport, he says, all devotees of internal search for Krishna consciousness worldwide rise up by, what Prabhupada says in one purport? 4 a.m., he says. So 4 a.m. you rise and then take a bath, and 4:30 you are ready. Then you can chant, you can do Mangalarti, Narsingarti, everything. So if your morning is like, strengthening your inner core, strengthening your personality. Once you are spiritually strong in the morning, you have made your internal mechanism strong, then facing the professional duties in the office and evening dealing with the family challenges, it will be very easy for you. Because the world is filled with challenges. Something or other keeps coming up, correct? No? But if you are spiritually strong, then you develop many good qualities, like you develop focus, you develop concentration, you develop detachment, you develop a cheerful attitude. Sattva is very prominent in the morning. I personally saw in Aligarh, there is an ocean. Opposite the ocean, there was a big house, and we all were doing a brahmachari shibir we were doing. So we went to the rooftop. In the early morning, we got up at 3 o'clock. So we were sitting in a semicircle, all the brahmacharis, and we were facing the ocean. And while chanting, I made one observation that the ocean is throwing out all the dirt, the early morning, the Brahma Muhurta time. A good amount of slag, dirty, muddy kind of things were thrown off. But in the daytime I saw, the ocean is not throwing anything, it's just going up and down. Waves are carrying the mud, they are not throwing out. So you can understand, even the ocean releases the impurities in the morning. Similarly, our mind can release the impurities when you chant the holy names in the early morning hours. Otherwise, in the daytime, our chanting is not that good quality. You agree? And the night, we feel very drowsy. And also, we should not sleep less than 6 hours. Some people actually sleep late and get up early. Prabhupada said, if you sleep late and get up early within 4 hours only, Prabhupada said your brain will get heated up. Then you will become irritable. You won't be cheerful. And you will fight with everybody around you. And if you sleep too much, night also you sleep 8 hours, daytime another 4 more hours, you sleep like that. Then what happens? You become very... So Prabhupada said, if you sleep too much, you become lazy. If you sleep less, you become crazy. So lazy is tamaguna, crazy is rajaguna. So Prabhupada said, go beyond lazies and crazies. He said, go to sattva. Sattva means 9 to 3 or 10 to 4, very ideal. So now I told you that what is ideal, then you can decide what you want to do. So, because choice is whose choice? Your choice, everybody. It's all our own choice. So that is why I am ending the seminar early, because I also sleep early, as I told you. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So tomorrow when we come back, we will continue this. One more, there are 2-3 more very nice themes. Today, one main theme I took about how to convert misfortune into good fortune and not blame the situations, correct? No? Tomorrow there are 2-3 more similar themes. Other things we will do it. Okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna.